Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. Coffee sounds good. Thank you. Alright, let's see, let's get this thing going. Hello everyone, my name is Captain Geo. Today's flight, Frontier Flight 2714, service to Orlando from Detroit in continuation of our trip schedule. Of course, my trips take weeks to accomplish because of my time, but we are back at it and we are ready to fly again. See, we're in beautiful Detroit right now. Nice filled airport today. Cloudy skies, but you may have noticed that the frame rate is very nice because we have upgraded our video card to the 5070, 12 gigabytes of VRAM, and I do have frame generation turned on, so it does help with the frame rate. And natively, without the frame gen, it's pretty good still, so I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm very thankful for this GPU that the Lord has provided me and blessed me with. You know, there's some things that we don't need in life, and a video card is not one of them. Or did I say that right? There's some things we do need in life, and a video card is not one of them. But the Lord is so good and blesses us with things that we desire, and I cannot be more grateful. But so this will be our first flight, Detroit to Orlando, and we'll see how the frame rate does. Right now it's pretty good. I mean, back in Detroit, in the other video card, I would get a lot of frame rate issues. Right now it feels pretty smooth, and of course we do have the frame gen on, but it does feel really nice. So we leave here at 5:20 Eastern Daylight Time, so in the next 40 minutes we're in the Polar Bear today. Be about 2 hours and 1 minute en route, and we'll get there around 7:55. Block fuel today is about 24,037 with a min takeoff for 21,308. Alright, takeoff weight's about 167.8, which is pretty light. We're taking 168 passengers, so not many people. Landing weight's about 155.0, cost index is 6. Okay, and we're looking good on our fuel calculations there. Let's climb into the airplane and get this thing going. Anyways, yeah. Looks like our... Whoa. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Does not like that. Let me see that. Let's stop. There we go. Well, we might have to deal without frame gen because that was atrocious with the track IR. It's not too bad without the frame gen too, so that's really weird though. Close your eye with VSync on. Yeah, no, that's terrible. We're not gonna do that. Sad because when I was using frame gen before, it would work. Okay, let's import our flight plan. Alright, we'll be doing the Calvin 3 departure out of here at Detroit. We'll look at the wind, see what kind of runway we'll get. And into Orlando, we'll do the Grinch 5 arrival. Detroit, nothing is, let's see, runway 09 right, 27 left. With 117.13 feet closed. Declared distance is takeoff runway available 6,787. So if we got 27 left or 09 right, we have some runway. Part of the runway is closed, not the entire runway. Okay. Over in MCO, approaches ILS 36 right. We got a missed approach climb at 500, then climbing left turn to 4,000 on heading 249 on the Lakeland VOR. Radio 46 to Kevin due to the Orlando Tech Canton out of service. Okay. Looks like the Orlando VOR is out of service, or TAC can I should say. And Tampa's our alternate today. Occasional cumulus clouds from the base of 25,000 and 51,000. And crosswinds today. Looks like there's some weird stuff going down by the Gulf of America right now. It looks like maybe a low pressure system. And then another one to the Atlantic, maybe. Some weird crosswinds going on. Might get a little bit of turbulence as we cross over, like the Georgia-Alabama line over there. So far, as we descend to Orlando, we might get some downdrafts, possibly some turbulence as well. Excellent. We do have some precipitation in the radar right now, so we could expect some weather. Thanks. Can you leave the door open for Cooper? Can you leave the door open for Cooper in case he wants to come out? Alright. 47 minutes. I thought it was. We leave at 21:20. Let's see, what time is it in the sim? I may not have reset that. There we go. That's more like it. I mean, there's a little bit of lag and stutter, but I do have a lot of things going on, and this is a significant upgrade from before, so I cannot complain. It's still pretty good. So let's set up our McDo and let's get going. We only have 168 passengers, so it shouldn't take that long. August 6th is our valid database. For a second, I thought I forgot to update this, but I'm glad that I didn't forget, I should say. Alright. We are Frontier Flight 2714. It's been a while since I've flown. I think it's been over a week, to be honest. Cost index is 6. Today we are climbing up to an alt of 360. Ground temperature is 27. Hey, let's start setting up.
Roger.
Cool. So he's gonna start doing his thing. He's gonna start doing his flow. We'll go ahead and start requesting our boarding and our fuel, and we'll be on our way here shortly. Alright. So winds have been uploaded. I haven't checked the weather out. Over here And Detroit, we're looking little gray clouds, but it's not too bad. I don't see any convective activity. So, apart from the thunderstorm or radar that's showing some precipitation to the west, we do have some thunderstorms building up here at, dang, actually that might be an issue. Right now the MEDAR is reporting okay, but temporarily from, okay, 2300 to 02, some heavy thunderstorms, but we should be out by then. Right now it's holding pretty steady. We're leaving here at 21:20, so yeah, we are good. So we'll just have to monitor that. Of course, with thunderstorms, they're a little bit unpredictable. At our destination, we get there at 23:55. So we got some showers in the vicinity. Other than that, wind's going to be out from the east. So we can expect possibly runway 17 maybe. It's going to be a direct cross one either way, so we'll see which one they assign us. So that being said, let's go into our departure here, or our flight plan. They're using runway 22 left and 21 right for departure. 22 left is literally right behind us, so that would be a very, very short taxi. Let's see if we request 22 left. 12,000 feet of runway 2, so it's a very long runway, very short taxi, so who wouldn't want that runway? 22 left, and we'll do the Calvin 3 departure, stays, transition. With that, RNAV departure, we got a speed restriction, turbojets departures at or above 10,000, maintain 280 until advised by ATC. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to Prague, or, yeah, nope, go to performance, and we go to climb, and we're going to select 280 and pre-select for that speed restriction that we have. That will program the plane to not go faster than 280. Where is that plane departed from? 22 left? Yes, dude. If we get 22 left, that'd be a great thing. Alright, so for runway 22 left, we got climb on a heading 216 to 1146 set. And then from there we go to booze. And then from there we go to rack ratio at or below 7,000. And then P-haul at or above 3,100. And continue on the depicted route. So we got booze, ratio, then turn left to P-haul at or above 3,100. Then we go to Calvin, turning right, TF ton, Rinty, Dual, and stays. From there we continue on to VXV. What VOR is that? Volunteer. The volunteer VOR. And then from there we go to T-Full. And then we go to White. And then that'll be our transition into Orlando. We'll be doing the Grinch 5 arrival. Right now they are landing runway 17 left. Let's see. We park on the east side or the west side of the airfield. So if we can get 18 left, that'd be ideal, because that would be a very long taxi. So let's plan on 18 left for now. Do they have an ILS for 18 left? They don't. They have ILS for 18 right. Usually they use 18 left for departures. So right now we'll plan on 18 right. Grinch 5 arrival, and we'll come in at White. And for our approach via, naval would be great. Put that in there. Now we have our flight plan. Alright. Excuse me, I'm breathing into the mic. Alright, so at white, we come in at Airline, Elite, Mayor at or above 24, Cokes at or below 26, Greeting at or above 17, 290 knots. Grinch, Bugs at or above 11 and at or below 16 at 280. Blake and then Whoville. Oh no. After Blake we go to Booney 417 or 18 right at 7,230 knots. Then we go to Yago at 6,210. Then we go from there to Naval. Well, let me run through my flow because I haven't done that yet. Looks like they refueled the plane already, so that's great. You can tell I'm a little rusty because I'm taking a long time to set up here. Usually I get all set up before they start boarding passengers. But we are good. Just go ahead and test our stuff here real quick. While that's cooking good. Let's test this before passengers get on board. We don't want to scare them with alarms and stuff. Top altitude for that. Actually, we have to be at or below 7,000, so we'll put a top altitude 7,000 for now. Alright, and then come in here, make sure all my stuff is working. Looks good. Cut off norm, flaps retracted, spoilers retracted, parking brake is set. Alright. And then from naval, we go into 4,000 at naval, and then honor 3,000, 3,000 gives us time to set up, clean, dirty up the airplane with flaps and gear. We go 2,200 at 2 feet, and then glide slope intercept altitude at 2,200. Capture it down, follow it down to our decision altitude of 294. Meet the minimums, we're looking good. Airport elevation is 96, so we can go down to possibly 200 if we see lights. Alright. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
24,040 pounds.
Seat belts.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
2995 set.
2995 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Okay. So that is set up. We'll go into our performance and we'll go ahead and calculate that. Takeoff weight looking pretty good with that. Set that. 162, 63. Do up 0.6. Flex takeoff 52 degrees. Looking good on there. We'll wait for our final load sheet. Before we do any cockpit or departure briefing, let's go ahead and get our ATIS. 118, 125.
Hi, this security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Wind 150 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds with 3,500. Ceiling 4,000 broken. 5500 overcast. Temperature 27. 2.20. Altimeter 29905. VFR conditions. Landing runway 22 right. 21 left. Departing runway 22 left. 21 right. On time of initial contact, you have information kilo.
Right, information kilos current.
Detroit.
Metro clearance 120.65. Go ahead and request clearance, my friend.
Frontier Flight 2714, ready for IF or clearance to Orlando Airport.
Frontier Flight 2714, Detroit clearance, cleared to Orlando Airport. Calvin Tree departure with the Stacy transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 132.025. Squawk 6554.
Cleared to Orlando Airport. Calvin Tree departure with the Stacy transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 132.025. Squawk 6554. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714, read that correct. Contact ground tree 2725 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Will contact ground 32725 when ready for pushback or engine start. Frontier Flight 2714. Have a good afternoon. Thanks.
Well, they gave us runway 21 right, so we're going to request a different runway.
Delta 1226, ready for airways to FT Lauderdale Hollywood Airport.
Ready for airways. I never heard
Delta
of that before.
1226, Detroit clearance. Thanks for information, Kilo. Cleared to FT Lauderdale Hollywood. Calvin Tree departure with the Stacy transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 25525. Squawk 5340.
Cleared to FT Lauderdale Hollywood. Calvin Tree departure with the Stacy transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3,000 feet. Departure frequency 25525. Squawk 5340. Delta 1226.
Delta 1226, read that correct. Contact ground 119.45 when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll contact ground 119.45 when ready for pushback or engine start. Delta 1226, thanks. SkyWest 3785, ready to copy IF or clearance to Westchester County.
SkyWest 3785, Detroit clearance. Thanks for Kilo. Cleared to Westchester County Airport.
Oh my
Alpha
gosh.
departure with the Luncon transition, then is filed. Climb
Looks
via
like if
SID
I like
except
look
maintain
away to a
2,000.
different window,
Departure
it starts
frequency
to kind of jump around.
125.525. Squawk 5734.
Cleared to Westchester County Airport. HAL 4 departure with the Luncon transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 2,000. Departure frequency 125.525. Squawk 5734. SkyWest 3785.
SkyWest 3785, read that correct. Contact ground 119.45 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 119.45 when ready for pushback or engine start. SkyWest 3785, thanks.
Frontier Flight 2714, request departure runway change.
14, roger, say runway.
Request runway 22 left, Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Confirm departure runway change 22 left.
Yes, affirm.
Frontier Flight 2714, roger. Change to 22 left approved. New instructions to follow. Frontier Flight 2714, Detroit clearance. Clear to Orlando Airport. Expect runway 22 left. Calvin Tree departure, Stacy transition. Then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 3000. Departure frequency 125.525. Squawk 6554.
Cleared to Orlando Airport. Expect runway 22L. Calvin Tree departure.
22L.
Stacy transition. Then is filed. Climb by a SID except maintain 3000. Departure frequency 125.525. Squawk 6554. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Read that correct. Contact ground 132.725 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Will contact ground 132.725 when ready for pushback or engine start. Frontier Flight 2714. Have a good afternoon.
All right.
Thanks.
Are you ready for the departure briefing? Are you ready for the departure briefing? Are you ready for the departure brief? Looks like he's going through it right now. How are you doing? Are you ready to fly? Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay. You should expect a relatively very short taxi. Runway 22 left is right behind us, so we're gonna push down Echo, and then literally Echo to Yankee 10 should be our taxi instructions. No hotspots on that route. 12,000 feet of runway available for us. Currently, conditions are dry, and lighting is good VFR conditions. Excuse me. For any engine failure prior to V1, we'll board takeoff, full power to idle, apply the brakes. Our V1 speed is 162, VR is 163. For any failure after V1, we'll continue that takeoff. Take the issue up in the air. V2 is 163. Flaps will be set to 2, up 0.6. Flex our takeoff temp to 52 degrees, and we'll clean up the flaps based off the flap retraction and slide retraction speeds, EF, S, and O. Alright. For our departure, we'll do the Calvin 3 departure. We'll pretty much fly runway heading for a little bit to 11,000 or 1,946. Then we'll continue to pick the route to Booze, climb up to 3,000 feet as cleared, and get our directions from there. Yeah, so be a pretty short, pretty self-explanatory departure here. We got a speed restriction of 280 until advised, even above 10,000 feet. I don't know if they'll actually do that, so we'll just monitor our speed, and if they're not saying anything, then we'll just continue. I don't know if they're actually going to say it or not. Let's see here. Other than that, pretty good. Weather is, like right now it's VFR conditions, but we do have some clouds building up. Some scattered clouds 7,000, overcast at 18,000, but we do have some precipitation building up to the west, so we just have to monitor that. Right now we are looking good for our departure. Any questions?
No questions.
Great. That being said, let's go ahead and start the APU.
442, taxi for departure. Delta
Hi guys, here's the
442,
load sheet for you.
runway 22
Okay,
left,
thanks.
taxi via uniform.
No
Kilo,
problem. Have a safe
Echo,
flight.
Yankee 10. Hold short runway 9er left. Runway 22 left, taxi via uniform. Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Hold short runway 9er left. Delta 442. Delta 442, cross runway 9er left at Kilo. Continue taxi via uniform. Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Cross runway 9er left at Kilo. Continue taxi via uniform. Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Delta 442.
Man, it's been a little while since I've been on the sim, and it was good to be back. The video card is definitely better than the other one. However, I do see some performance issues. I think that's just part of my toxic thinking of that I need every single add-on in the world. Because I have that, it's just traffic, it's the traffic add-on, honestly. That and just all the other stuff I have going on is quite a lot for the computer to handle, so I totally understand for it to be acting this way. But you do see the performance improvement. I think if it was the other fan or the other video card, it would have been even worse. Because I was in Miami, and I was pulling about like 30 frames, 25 frames in Miami, so not bad. I think before Miami I was getting close to like maybe 8 or 9. So. Turn off the frame gen there because it was giving us major issues there. Got there, buddy. Come here. Right in the ball.
Frontier Flight 2897, gate Delta 15, request pushback.
Delta 442.
The alligator has been just awakened. aka Cooper. Oh my goodness, you got a bunch of eye buggies.
Contact tower 135.0.
Clear them up, bro.
Delta 442.
You got an eye buggy
Take care.
stuck in your throat. Gross. You good
Frontier
boy.
Flight 2897.
Yeah, you good boy.
Pushback approved. Face northeast.
For the kissies. You good boy. You playing with your ball and your dolphin.
Northeast. Frontier Flight 2897.
Oh my goodness, he looks at my hand. He's like, can you give me more pets? Yeah, of course I can. I gotta go fly Cooper. You're my first officer, okay? First officer Cooper. Alright. Looks like they're just done boarding. flight attendants doing their announcements, so we'll go ahead and finish off whatever we need to do. We're leaving in 7 minutes, so we're good. Alright, and then that's looking good. Fuel prediction, excellent. I love it. And then calculate our performance. Alright. Looks like they're done making their announcement. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you on board on America's greenest airline, service to Orlando. My name is Captain Gio. Alongside with me is First Officer Cooper. We are more than delighted to bring you to your destination today. We're looking at an on-time departure here, finishing up some last-minute clearances with air traffic control, and then we'll be pushing back here soon. It is a very short taxi, so we can expect to be out on up in the air here in a very few minutes here. So if you can help the cabin prepare for departure by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. We'll be climbing about 34,000 feet today, and it'll be an en route time about 2 hours and 1 minute. And we think you're flying with us today. If there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. On doors crossing, standby for on-call. B4, start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked. On.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 162, PR 163, V2 163, flaps 2, flex takeoff 52 degrees. Set and checked.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Set and checked.
V1 162, VR 163, V2 163, flex temp 52 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright, go ahead and request our pushback clearance, please.
Frontier Flight 2714, gate Delta 25, request pushback.
It's like whenever it's off the screen, it starts to tear like that.
Metro ground. Pushback approved. Face northeast.
Pushback approved. Face northeast. Frontier Flight 2714.
Locking gear.
Well, let's just go left then.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Clear to close.
Gate Alpha 5.
Yes.
Pushback.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright.
Delta 1651. Metro ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, brakes released.
Pushback.
That money
Commence
starts.
push.
Oh
All
yeah,
engines
I just
clear.
gotta start
Start
first.
at will.
Alright. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
The sound of the AI traffic departing is really good. That's exactly how it sounds, like that sound of the engine thrust going. I'm still convinced that the other video card would have done a worse performance here. It's choppy every now and then, it's stuttery. That's just the game at this point, because this is a really good video card. And then the game is poorly optimized. Alright, starting engine 1.
Okay.
Very short taxi. There's our runway right there, so we gotta get set up pretty quick here. miss the sound of those engines.
1651. Runway 22 left taxi via Juliet 8. Juliet, Kilo, Echo, Yankee
Please set
10.
parking brakes.
Hold short runway
Okay.
9er left. Runway 22 left taxi via Juliet 8. Juliet, Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Hold short runway 9er left. Delta 1651. Delta 1014. At gate Charlie 21. Request pushback and engine start. Delta 10.
Unlocking gear.
Metro ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. Delta 1014.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Skywest 3914. At gate Alpha 11. Request pushback. Skywest 3914. Metro ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest. Pushback approved. Face southwest. Skywest 3914. Delta 1014.
All right.
Taxi to be active. Delta 1014. Runway 22 left taxi via Quebec. Bravo, Hotel, Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Hold short runway 9er left. Alright, we'll taxi to runway 22 left via Quebec. Bravo, Hotel, Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Hold short runway 9er left. Delta 1014.
All right. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off. Off.
ECAM status.
Checked. Checked.
Skywest 3914. Ready to taxi to be active.
Set and checked.
Skywest 3914. Runway 22 left taxi via Juliet 8. Juliet, Kilo, Echo.
Set and checked.
10. Hold short runway 9er
Pitch
left.
trim.
0.6% set. Set and checked.
Runway 22
Rudder
left
trim.
taxi via
Neutral.
Juliet 8.
After start checklist completed.
Echo, Yankee 10.
Okay.
Hold short runway
Flight controls
9er
checked.
left.
Ready.
Skywest 3914.
Full up. Full down.
Delta 1651.
Neutral.
Cross runway 9er
Full
left.
left.
Kilo. Continue taxi via uniform. Kilo,
Full right.
Echo, Yankee 10.
Neutral. Full left. Full right.
Cross runway 9er left.
Neutral.
Kilo. Continue taxi via uniform. Kilo, Echo, Yankee 10. Delta
Brake check.
1651.
Pressure 0.
All right. Clear left side. Clear left side. Clear left side.
Ready. Clear right side.
Delta 1014. Cross runway 9
Clear right side.
Taxi checklist.
Continue taxi via Bravo. Hotel.
Let's go, let's go, let's get a move on.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Cross runway 9 left of
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Echo. Yankee 10.
On and auto.
14.
Set and check.
Engine mode selector.
Normal. Normal.
Clear right side. ECAM memo.
Take off no blue. Take off no blue.
Frontier Flight 2714.
Set and
Taxi
check.
for departure.
Frontier Flight 2714. Runway 22 left taxi via Echo. Kilo. Yankee 10.
Take off no blue.
Runway 22 left taxi via Echo. Kilo. Yankee 10. Frontier Flight 2714.
Set and check.
Taxi checklist
Thank you.
completed.
2714. Contact Metro Tower 1.
Alright. Echo, Kilo, Yankee 10 pretty much, so just follow this line.
Contact
Alright.
Tower 135.0. Frontier Flight 2714.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
Metro Tower, Delta 1218, visual runway 22 right.
Delta 1218. Metro Tower. Wind 140 at 6. Runway 22 right cleared to land.
Runway 22 right clear to land. Delta 1218.
Frontier Flight 2714. Holding short. Runway 22 left.
Frontier Flight 2714. Metro Tower. Wind 140 at 6. RNAV to Sergi. Runway 22 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 22 left. Our NAV to Sergi. Cleared for takeoff. Frontier Flight 2714.
RNAV to Sergi, that's the wrong. We're gonna continue the one that we have. Alright, ready?
Ready.
Runway entry procedure. We're gonna continue with the flight plan that we have, because I don't know.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach
What?
path clear of traffic.
Sergi. It shouldn't be Sergi. I think they had that wrong. Correct? Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 22 left confirmed. Runway 22 left confirmed.
Approaching. 22 left.
Set and checked.
Delta 1651. Ready for departure.
Set and checked.
Runway 22 left.
Set and checked.
Delta 1651. Number 2
Oh
for
my god.
departure. Hold short of
Runway 22 left confirmed. This is bugging me.
Affirmative. Hold short of 22 left for traffic.
Set and
Delta
checked.
1651.
Yeah, this is really annoying. Why do I even use this program, I'm honest. Set and checked.
On runway. 22 left.
Let me go to the program here. It's really annoying because it doesn't allow you to have any, like, Set and check. Ready? He's bugged out fully, bro. Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Check.
Thank you. 50%. Engine stable. Temperature's normal. Man flex 52 degrees. SRS runway on the throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
Delta 1651, runway 22 left, line up at weight. Runway 22 left, line up at
100 knots.
Delta 1651. Delta 1218, exit left at Alpha Tree.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Delta 1651, Metro Tower, wind 140 west, upper NAV to Kilo, runway 22 left, cleared for takeoff.
It's a little turbulent.
1,000 to go.
RNAV to Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
Climb thrust. Thrust climb nav.
Frontier Flight 2714, contact Detroit departure. Have a good flight.
Contact Detroit departure. Frontier Flight 2714. Have a good one.
Flaps 1.
Detroit departure. Frontier Flight 2714. 2700.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Detroit departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 180.
Side altitude 18,000.
Climb and maintain flight level 180. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2897. Contact Cleveland Center 128.625.
Contact Cleveland Center 128.625. Frontier Flight 2897. Detroit departure. Delta 1651. 1,800.
Delta 1651. Detroit departure. Good afternoon.
I like how the gray clouds make the cockpit really dark too. That's a really nice touch. Like, it is dark inside here. That's really cool. Getting some updrafts here. As you can see, the nose wants to be pushed up, but you don't want that. There is is that Lake Michigan? No, it's not Lake Michigan. I think it's Lake Michigan is to the right. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Hey!
Detroit departure. Delta 1013. Good afternoon. 1,400 feet.
Delta 1014. Detroit departure. Radar contact.
Huh?
Aspect ratio. Uniform Battalion Tree. Climb maintain 16,000.
¿Cómo se ve el simulator?
Clear direct ratio.
Normal?
Tree.
Huh?
16,000. Delta 1014.
Good. Autopilot 1 on. I just realized we're busting 250 knots right now. That's insane. It says at or above 10,000. I just busted that hard.
Altimeter
Standard
setting.
cross-checked. Passing flight level. 189. Now.
Contact Cleveland Center 128.625. Frontier Flight 2714. Have a good one. Cleveland Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Climbing flight level 207 for flight level 360. Center, Frontier Flight 2714, through flight level 262, flight level 360 direct.
Frontier Flight 2714, Cleveland Center. Frontier Flight 2714, contact Indianapolis Center 128.075.
Center on 128.075, Frontier Flight 2714. Indianapolis Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Good afternoon. Leaving flight level 287 for flight level 360 direct array.
Frontier Flight 2714, Indianapolis Center, copy.
center on 135.125, Frontier Flight 2714. Indianapolis Center, Frontier Flight 2714, climb with flight level 338 or flight level 360 direct stays.
Frontier Flight 2714, Indianapolis Center, Roger.
One thousand to go.
Center. Indianapolis Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Indianapolis Center.
Indianapolis Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Indianapolis Center, copy.
Center on 121.325. Frontier Flight 2714. Indianapolis Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360. Frontier Flight 2714, see you. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center, copy.
Center on 127.55. Frontier Flight 2714. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Good afternoon. Flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center. Frontier Flight 2714, contact Atlanta Center 134.8. Have a good one.
Contact Atlanta Center 134.8. Frontier Flight 2714. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center. Good afternoon.
Center on 127.5, Frontier Flight 2714. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center. Good afternoon.
Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center, Roger. Frontier Flight 2714, contact Atlanta Center 123.905, have a good one.
Contact Atlanta Center 123.905, Frontier Flight 2714, take care. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center.
Alright, checking in. We got about 22 minutes till the top of descent. We are making good way to our destination, to Orlando. At the moment, see what the weather is like over there. I'm a little gassy right now. Weather's looking pretty good. Winds are coming from the east. 060, kind of like northeast-ish. That makes our winds. So we got 5 knot tailwind with runway 18 right. So we might need to switch to 136 left. Right now they're still using 18 right. So interesting. Not that bad. 5 knot tailwind isn't too bad. It's not favorable, but it's fine. And then a few clouds. 35 degrees. It is hot over there. 35 degrees is about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's pretty warm down in Orlando right now. Yeah, looking good over here. So, not much left. Almost there.
2714. See you. Atlanta Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Atlanta Center, copy.
Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Good afternoon. Flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Jacksonville Center, roger. Frontier Flight 2714, contact Jacksonville Center 132.3. Have a good one.
Contact Jacksonville Center 132.3. Frontier Flight 2714. See you. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Jacksonville Center.
Jacksonville Center 126.75, Frontier Flight 2714. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360.
Frontier Flight 2714, Jacksonville Center, copy.
We are looking through our lighting calculations. One second. Alright. It looks like we are going to do runway 18 right, and winds are variable over there at the moment. Landing way 156. We'll do low auto brakes and idle reversers, so we can manage, save some engine life as well as brake life as well. We have a very nice long runway, 12,000 feet of runway available for us, and even with those conditions, we have more than a quarter of the runway remaining. So we'll go ahead and use that.
Ready to copy. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Expect bridge 5. Runway 35 right.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna use 35 right now. No, I want 36 right, man. Give me 36 left.
Can we get a different runway, please? Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Roger. Stay runway.
36 left. Last for 36 left.
Request runway 36 left. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Confirm arrival runway change 36 left.
Yes, affirm. Go firm.
Affirmative. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Roger. Change to 36 left approved. New instructions to follow.
We're landing runway 36 left. Wilco. Frontier Flight 2714.
Oh, they don't have an ILS here.
Frontier Flight 2714. Jacksonville Center. Amendment to your route and lines ready to copy.
Wilco. Ready to copy. Frontier Flight 2714.
We'll do the yes. It's visual.
Frontier
Yeah.
Flight 2714. Expect bridge 5. Runway 36 left.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Expect bridge 5. Runway 36 left. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Contact Jacksonville Center 132.3.
Center on 132.3. Frontier Flight 2714. Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714. Good afternoon. Flight level 360.
Just too far. There we go.
Frontier Flight 2714. Jacksonville Center.
Okay, so now that we fixed that, instead of going, let's see, to Blake, after Blake we go to Whoville, and then we go down to Haram, and then Dory, and then Bryce, and then from there we go to the LNAV approach. LNAV minimums is 480. So we got X-Band at 4,000, 3,000 after that, 1,600 at Birdie, route me at 780, and then minimum descent altitude is 480. And of course, conditions are good over there, so we can definitely do an RNAV approach and be okay with that. Typically, we always go for an ILS because it's the most secure way to get to the ground. But in this case, there'll be a shorter taxi, and we can be a shorter taxi. We can see the runway, so we should be able to accomplish this. Good. So we got the RNAV 36 left in there, and we'll still do the low auto brakes, auto reversers, and we'll go ahead and put our destination info in there, our approach information, and let's see. Right now the ATIS is reporting winds variable at 4. That's 90 miles. Temperature is 34 degrees now. QNH is at 3011. .480 on the barometric altimeter, and we won't be using radio now. For our GPS, we do have 0.03. Taking a look at this approach. Again, we have to be at price at 5,000 feet. We should have that set up here. Price 5,000. 10, perfect. And then for the approach, let's see, is there any restrictions? Count 500. 5,000. So we'll have to use of flight director autopilot required during some of these operations. It's going to make an announcement to the crew.
Center on 133.7, Frontier Flight 2714.
We'll be starting our descent here in the next 5 minutes.
Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to give you a quick update. We are about 4 minutes away from our top of descent, so you can expect that seatbelt sign to be turning on here very shortly. Temperature down there in Orlando is about 94 degrees, and we'll be on the ground here in the next 20 minutes or so. We do ask that you make your way to your seats and fasten your seatbelts, as we'll be getting ready to land here soon. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Seatbelts on.
Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714, flight level 360. Descend via Greenwich 5 line. Orlando landing runway 36 left. Altimeter 3011. Frontier Flight 2714.
So I have a new idea. I am downloaded a flight recorder software, and I want to start recording these flights. I mean, they're already recorded on my YouTube Live. However, the flight recorder software allows me to go back and replay things and record certain angles that maybe I could use. And I want to actually start developing some videos. However, I'm trying to figure out a way to make myself more unique from the competition. Again, my goal is not to be a super famous YouTuber. I don't care about that. I just want to create some nice flight simulator content that people could enjoy. But I want to do it in a different way. I know a lot of YouTubers out there that do flight simming videos. They do these super realistic flights, but I feel like they always give the perspective of a passenger. Sorry if I just blew into the mic there. How can I explain it? A lot of the videos, I feel like what's missing out of there is maybe they don't give more emphasis on the actual like setup of a realistic airline operation. Of course, I'm not a real airline pilot. However, I am a real pilot, and I have quite extensive background in airline operations. So I feel like I can put that to use, and I can actually make things knowledgeable to those that are into flight simulation. Now, I'm trying to make myself more unique to the competition. That's going to be a challenging task, but I'm determined to try to find that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I would like, my idea is to kind of use maybe we can use the pilot's career. The thing is that if I do that, it's just going to be strictly Frontier airline operations, which might not be a bad thing. It might be a unique thing. I can give like the perspective of living a life as a pilot for Frontier, kind of. If that makes sense. That can make it something unique instead of just doing random flights. However, it might be a little boring if I just do only Frontier flights. So I have to think about what I could do, because I don't know, I'd like to branch out this channel a little bit. I need to get a good editing software, which I think DaVinci, that editing software is pretty good, so I might use that. That's what I've been used to using. And then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think maybe the program, I think the program records AI traffic as well. I don't know if it's going to record first officers or anything like that, or the passengers in the back. Might. We'll see. Cooper's looking for something. so many. I don't have a lot of clips here. I don't want so many clips. Alright, people. I want clips, but I don't want them to be super long. I'm testing this program now. Cooper is on destroy mode right now. So, thoughts on the new 5070 video card? Cooper is destroyed. Not sure. 5070 is working great. I can definitely tell frame generation is on because every single time I tab out of the window and then come back, it kind of like glitches out for a second. But so far smooth. I had a little bit of frame rate issues over in Detroit. Again, I think that's just my computer and maybe the simulator itself. I have a lot of things being processed. I have AI traffic. I got this guy, this Yoo-hoo. I got passengers in the back. I got GSX loading up bags and stuff. I have weather. I have filters that are making the atmosphere look more realistic. I have a ton of things going on. And that could be the reason why the frame rates aren't as good as I want them to be. And of course, am I willing to sacrifice quality? I'm really hesitant to do that. Just because it's the immersion of the simulator is what draws me into it. So, when it looks realistic like this, it's like I can't get away from it. Once it's not realistic, that's when I start to like, I don't know, I start to desire more out of it. So, it's hard for me to sacrifice all these add-ons. However, leaving Detroit wasn't too bad. It was still pretty smooth. Some stutters. And again, simulator can also have a part of it. It's very poorly optimized. I think it's really heavy CPU based. So, that could be a reason for it too. I have another frame generation app, and it just was not working with the track IR. And it sucks because I was in LaGuardia getting like 90 frames per second, and that was just really good. Like I can only imagine doing like the expressway visual into LaGuardia. Using that would have been really nice. But I can't use it with track IR, and I definitely can't fly without track IR. It allows me to have head movement like this, and I cannot fly without it. It helps me to taxi. I can look left, I can look right when I'm taxiing. Hands free pretty much. I already entered destination area. I'll record again at 10,000 feet. Question is, I don't know if it's a good idea to record a whole 3-hour flight. I think that might be a bad idea. Maybe we could break it up, like record the departure up to the point wheels off ground plus I don't know, plus till 15 or 18,000 feet maybe. And then short clip in the cruise and then descent plus 30 minutes maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Because I want enough clips in order to make a good video. The same thing, I don't want to overload my hard drive with a bunch of unused clips. I have to experiment. This is going to be a lot of experimenting.
Frontier Flight 2714, descending via Greenwich 5, 17,500.
Also, the ray tracing. I think ray tracing is looking pretty good in this simulator. When I was departing Detroit, if you look back in the video, like Detroit was overcast with a bunch of dark gray clouds, and like the inside of the cockpit looked absolutely really dark and gray. And I was pretty impressed, to be honest. I think that's pretty realistic. I don't know if I experienced that before, or it's just some sort of like, what's it called? What's the? I can't remember the term. Placebo. If it's some sort of placebo effect. Maybe the fact that I think that I have, well, the fact that I have a new video card makes me think that I'm getting all this new stuff, but in reality it's just the same thing. I don't know. I'm yapping hard right now. Alright, coming up to 15,000, we're past 18,000. We have set up approach checklist. This guy's bugging.
Barrow ref.
3011 set. Set and check. 3011 set. Set and check. This guy's fun, dude. Set and checked.
Good afternoon, Jacksonville Center, Frontier Flight 2714, descending via Greenwich 5, 14,700.
Set and checked. Set and checked. .3011 set. Dude. Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
3011 set.
3011 set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
480 feet. Set and checked. Set and checked. Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Low. Set and checked. Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal. Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Excellent. You see a little bit of turbulence happening. Getting tossed up a little bit, not too much. You can see it kind of right now. Some updrafts. I think Disney World is just over there. Some heavy thunderstorms to the right. However, we are far away from it. Apparently we just flew through some precipitation. Maybe those clouds right there. Or that might be old actually. Nope, it's current. So we got some thunderstorms building up right now, but we should be good. We're about to land. Play some Daisy after this. See if my friend is on. Oh, yeah.
Contact Orlando approach, Frontier Flight 2714, see you. Orlando approach, Frontier Flight 2714, 1,400 feet, with information India.
Frontier Flight 2714, Orlando approach,
that downtown Disney right there? It looks ugly from up here. Alright, passing 10,000 feet, we are now in the quiet zone. Sterile cockpit, in fact. Landing lights on. It's game time. There's the airport right there. Is that it? Another thing we can do is, with the pilot career's life, we can set the time of day to the actual time of the flight on the schedule, so we can kind of simulate like waking up super early. Even though we're not actually going to do that. I don't know. I have to think. I have to do a lot of thinking. Alright, I'm going to record this entire descent down. It's a nice little golden hour right now. I don't know if it's sunset entirely, but... Right. Let's see how bad the lag is going to be. Yes, go ahead. Alright, sweet.
1,000 to go.
Bryce heading 175. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 36 left. Frontier flight 2714. Descend and maintain 4,000. Frontier Flight 2714.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please. Orlando has a lot of lakes, I've noticed. They have a lot of lakes. They're big too, very big lakes. Might get the sun in our eyes.
Turn left, heading 065. Frontier Flight 2714.
065.
Frontier Flight 2714. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
3,000 set.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Frontier Flight 2714.
That's a really pretty view right here of that turn. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
You have to feel the sight.
Fuel in sight. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight 2714. Clear visual approach runway 36 left.
Clear visual approach 36 left. Frontier Flight 2714.
Alright. Alt final, approach nav. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Is it gonna turn?
Frontier Flight 2714. Contact
Alright,
Orlando
control.
Tower 124.3.
Over to Tower 124.3. Frontier Flight 2714.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Flew
Flaps
past the
full.
front push
Frontier
course.
Flight 2714. Visual runway 36 left.
Frontier Flight 2714. Orlando Tower. Wind variable. Runway 36 left clear to land.
Runway 36 left, cleared to land. Frontier Flight 2714.
There you go. I have control. I have control.
You have control.
Gear down.
2,500.
Gear down. Radar altimeter alive.
RN36 left. But it's not picking up the course. It's a direct crosswind from the right now. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Set and checked.
Landing checklist completed.
Yeah, the course is completely off. Now we got a crosswind from the left. Completely hand flying this right now. That's nice. Alright, 780. Alright, obviously we have visual, so we're going to continue. Looks like we're a little high, so we're going to correct. 3 reds, 3 whites, 1 red.
Sync rate.
Sync rate check. We're above 1,000 feet. Go ahead and correct that.
1,000.
Checked. We're on glide slope. A little bit of a stutter there. Actually, let me turn off this traffic, bro.
Approaching. 3, 6, left.
Checked. 2 whites, 2 reds. A little bit of a sync there with the trees. What? It just stuttered like crazy right now. 2 whites, 2 reds still. I don't know why it's stuttering like that.
100 above.
Oh, come on, don't do that to me. Why is it doing that?
Minimum.
Continue. We got a bit of a tailwind now. Why is it jumping up? Oh no. Okay. This sucks, dude.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. No reverse engine 1 and engine 2.
Wow.
Decel.
Well, yeah, that frame, either it's frame generation, I don't know what it is, but it's like jumping back and forth.
70 knots.
Checked. That is not good. If it's doing that every single time I land, that's not good.
Frontier Flight 2714. Exit right at Juliet.
Exit right at Juliet. Frontier Flight 2714.
Other than that, I think it was still a pretty decent landing apart from the situation I was in there. I don't know what that was, dude.
Frontier Flight 2714. Contact ground 121.8. Have a good afternoon.
If you have a connecting flight, please check the monitor inside the terminal or speak to them.
Ground 121.8. Frontier Flight
This is
2714.
your final
Take care.
destination. Thank you for choosing Frontier. On behalf of the crew, this is welcome you. And wish you a pleasant day or safe and home journey. Those passengers who require special assistance, such as wheelchair assistance or additional time spent in the room, please remain seated.
Frontier Flight 2714. Request taxi to allocated gate.
Please remember to check around your seat and the right for any
Frontier Flight 2714. Gate 17 taxi via Zulu, Yankee. Hold short runway 36 right.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Gate 17 via Zulu, Yankee. Hold short runway 36 right. Frontier Flight 2714.
Frontier Flight
me see something. Why is it jumping back and forth like that, though? Is it the frame generation that's
Cross
doing
runway
that?
36 right at Yankee. Continue taxi via Juliet, Zulu, Yankee, Bravo 6, Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie, Charlie 1, Juliet 1, Frontier Flight 2714.
A little bit. Yeah, that's it. It's the frame gen that's causing that.
Approaching. 1.
That's kind
8.
of sad.
Left.
Yeah, because I definitely cannot land an airplane like that.
Frontier Flight 2714, cross runway 36 right at Yankee. Continue taxi via Juliet, Zulu, Yankee, Bravo 6, Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie, Charlie 1, Juliet 1.
Cross runway 36 right at Yankee. Continue taxi via Juliet, Zulu, Yankee, Bravo 6, Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie, Charlie 1, Juliet 1, Frontier Flight 2714.
So it is the frame gen that's kind of causing that. I mean, dang. Because the frame gen kind of does help with the frame rate a little bit, but man, if it's going to be bouncing around like that, no thanks. Am I recording the taxi? Nope, I am not. Why to stop? Short taxi out, short taxi in. I mean, yeah, this without the frame gen, it's still a little bit stuttery, but I don't know if this is better than dealing with that kind of performance on landing. Taxi light off. Why do you still have the landing lights on, dude? Finish your flow. Then I get points deducted. I need to double check my first officer's work now, apparently. Okay, marshal order is ready for us. Brakes are hot still. I don't know how. I was using low water brake. Alright. Maybe we can come on.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for flying with Frontier today. Current time is 7:50 p.m. We'd like to thank you for choosing America's Greenest Airlines. And flight attendants, the aircraft is secure, jetway is connecting. You are free to commence deboarding. Alright, so while that happens, let's go ahead and submit our flight plan. Or excuse me, our flight. Stop the recording. Alright, let's see how we did. Next flight, I believe, is from... I think we're going to Dallas or something like that, right? Dallas to JFK. That should be an interesting one. Why isn't it recording? Alright, here we are. Alright, I got a 98 on my flight. Pretty much 358 on the landing. And again, I don't know what that was about. The stuttering and stuff like that. That was definitely the frame generation. So not really favorable, which is sad because it's just, this is a 5070, man. You should be getting better. Like, I didn't have these kinds of issues flying with the 2070. Anyways, landed in the touchdown zone on the center line, and 358, again, that's hard, firm, but it's not too bad, so. At least we got a 98. Everything else was a pass and 100%, so. Good. Clock time, 2 hours and 23 minutes, and an XP of 98, so. Alright. I thank you for joining me today. Let's actually, before we completely sign off, I want to try out this flight recorder. Let's see how it does. I'm a little nervous about it. It's gonna break my computer. So let's go ahead and load landing. Replay. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. So that's the thing. We have to ensure the engines are running. So before we shut off, we have to make sure the engines are running. And then just the emergency clear. All engine failure. So yeah, it does replay exactly. We do have to start the engines. It looks like we have the passengers on board too. So this is pretty cool. We can go around, yeah. You see, so it pretty much picks up the airplane in the exact state that we're in. So we have the gear down, we have the door open, so it's going to show exactly that. However, it does do a pretty good job. We can do some pretty cool cinematics with it. Let's see if I can fix this. Can I manipulate the iPad while we are in there? So if we're going to do this, we got to start the engines and load up the passengers. No, I can't do anything. You guys are pretty sick shots when you flying around like this. And then, let's see, we'll also probably be on the side of the airplane. Oh, I'm not even showing this. We can go into this and we can actually sit in the back seat.
Approaching. 3, 6, left.
This is a
Unstable, unstable.
replay. It has sound and everything. So this is cool. I can actually see my landings from the window seat now. Again, no reversers. So sweet. That is really cool. Let's go outside and see it. See how I look landing from the outside.
Approaching. 3, 6, left. Unstable, unstable.
Alright, let's see how it looks. Not bad. It looked good. It was firm, honestly, but nice. Yeah, I can definitely do a lot of with this program here. So let's see how it works. We're gonna have to do a lot of experimenting before we can even consider uploading a video. Probably we can do like cool clips like this or something like that, you know? Get some really nice shots and then make it into a little video of the flight. We can do like maybe we can do like a basic summary of our flight that we do on the live streams. There you go. Stop replay. That's cool. Alright, thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, does it pretty much teleport me back to the exact position? Looks like it does. Okay, no problem. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.